Hello everyone, this is Rabbi Dovid Zirkind from the Riverdale Jewish Center. I hope you've had an amazing week. This is another installment of our weekly Parsha video, and this Shabbos we're going to read Parshas Bo. The Torah tells us that during the ninth plague, the plague of darkness, the Choshech was so intense that even if two Egyptian citizens were in the same room, they couldn't see one another. Lo ra'u ish es achiv. And the Torah goes further in describing the darkness of the ninth plague, and it says, V'lo kamu ish mitachtav shalosh yamim. For the next 3 days, no one even moved from the spot that they were in when the plague first hit. The Ibn Ezra explains that the darkness within the homes was so intense that people didn't even dare go out into the streets because it was too scary, not being able to see what was going on around them. But there is a magnificent Hasidic tradition in how to read this pasuk that is beautifully crystallized in the Chidushei Harim, in the commentary to the Parsha of the Ger Rabbi. And the Rabbi reads the pasuk as follows. Lo ra'u ish es achiv. When two people can't see one another, when you cannot see the people around you in your life, lo kamu ish mitachtav. It's impossible to move. It's impossible to grow. It's impossible to elevate out of your station in life because you have no one to look up to. It's true that in many areas of our life, looking at others, comparing ourselves to other people is probably a harmful approach. But there are exemplars, there are leaders, there are role models that we need in life to help us determine what is possible for our own success. We look to them, we calibrate our own possibilities based on the experiences of others. And we say, look how energetic they are. Look how charismatic they are. Look how hardworking they are. Look how dedicated they are. I can work harder. I can be more passionate. I can be more successful. If they can do it, so can we. And each of us in our own lives has people like this. In a moment of lo ra'u ish es achiv, if we're not looking to others for inspiration, lo kamu ish mitachtav, we'll never really get out of ourselves, and we'll never be our best selves. In the Mishnah in Brachos says you can't say Kriya Shema in the morning until there's a little bit of sunlight, even if it's before Neitz HaChama, even if it's before sunrise. When exactly is that moment? So the Gemara in Brachos on Daf Tes says when there's enough sunlight, Mishayakir es Chavero Daled Amos. Only when there's enough light to see friends that are outside of your circle, that's when Kriya Shema can be said. The Ger Rebbe explains so powerfully. That's when the day begins. You can't figure out what you're going to accomplish. You cannot set goals for yourself. You cannot set out to work until you can see others, until you can be inspired by the influence of the people around you. That's when you can figure out what is possible. What am I going to accomplish? How can others help me get there? In the time of darkness, the Torah tells us, lo ra'u v'lo kamu. The people couldn't see anyone around them, and therefore they could not grow. L'chol b'nei Yisrael haya'or b'moshvotam. Jewish communities are built on the light, built on being able to see one another, built on the decision to be inspired by the actions of others, to challenge ourselves, to learn from others, even if they're imperfect, but to learn from them in the ways that can help us be our best selves. What the Torah teaches us during this plague of darkness is how much we need one another. And the Torah challenges us to learn from others, and maybe more so to be the kind of role models that will inspire others to be great as well. I want to thank everyone for watching as always. I want to wish you a wonderful Shabbos, and we hope to see you back at the RJC very soon.